Hello, happy last week of school. Whew, y'all, check on your teacher friends. We are not okay. We are tired. We have 8,000 things going on. We are tired. Now, we thankfully get out really early here in Savannah. So my school, our last day with kids is the 21st. Our last day of teachers is the 23rd. We do go back really early, but I do appreciate a shorter spring semester. My theory is once you hit January, everyone's thinking about summer. So like the shorter that time between January and summer can be, the better. And so I am happy to start earlier and earlier. But yeah, it's been a lot. So hi, welcome to my week. Actually, this will probably be just a few days. I'm not sure how many days, because you know I never go into this with a plan. But today is Monday, May 19th, and I do not have choir today. I love singing in choir, but I also love not having to go to choir because I have choir rehearsal on Mondays. It's just a lot. It's just a lot to like get home and try to like get things done. And Mondays, you know, you're always like trying to catch up, and it's just a disaster. So I'm very excited to not have that today. We had our concert last week on Thursday. It went really well. I was really happy with it, although I haven't heard the recording yet, so I guess I should reserve my judgment for now. Today, as you can see, I'm a little extra dressed up. We had kindergarten end of year performance. You know, people call it kindergarten graduation. Then people are like, oh, they're not graduating, they're in kindergarten. I don't know. We had our kindergarten thing today. And then pre-K had a picnic. And then fifth grade had an art gallery where we were like hung their stuff all over the walls. And then they came, they stood in front of their piece, and all the other kids came and watched, and the parents came and looked. So yeah, I'm tired. That's where we are on that. This dress that I'm wearing is from Ivy City Co. I talked about them in a recent vlog. I got it last year. Actually, today one of the teachers at school was like, I don't think I've ever seen you repeat an outfit, which is completely untrue, which I've heard that a few people have said that. Now, I do have a lot of clothes, but I repeat them all the time. Like this dress, I was telling her, I was like, this dress I got last year. I got it for Easter, so I wore it for Easter. I wore it to a tea party, and I've worn it at least 2 or 3 times to church. I think today was the first time I wore it to school. But I don't know, somehow I go off that illusion. But I don't know. I think it's because I have a variety of things. And then the other thing is I wear most of my clothes everywhere. So like this dress I bought for church, but I wear it to school, and I like re-wear things that way, is as opposed to being like, these are church dresses, these are work dresses, these are other things. Like I really wear everything everywhere. The only thing I don't wear like to school would be like my shorts, but my shorts I wear with the same tops that I wear to school. And so like the only thing I switch out is the bottoms. So anyway, this is not available. I think I saw a similar one though, so I will see if I can link it down below. And yeah, today's Monday. I originally was going to come home and take Nyla on a walk and vacuum the floor, but my feet hurt and I'm tired, so I don't want to do that. And you know, when it's the last week of school, I give myself all the grace. I made a video recently, I don't know if you've seen it before this video or not, I'm talking about like balance and self-care and stuff like that. And you know, I talk all the time about how it's a pendulum. It swings back and forth. And a lot of times it's, I don't care if I'm tired. We're going on a walk. We're doing this. We're cleaning the house. And other times it's like, it is what it is. Right now, school is taking precedent. Everything else is just, it is what it is. And if I don't feel like it, we're not doing it. And that's fine. But I got a package. So let's check out my package. I will decide. I probably need a vacuum. I will decide on the vacuuming. I don't know. I do know after dinner I will be working on a virtual presentation that I need to give. So I need to work on like the slides for that. So that is something I will be working on today, faux show. But let's open this box up. Please hold. I joined Book of the Month. So if you're not familiar, Book of the Month is a subscription service that has books. So every month you get a book. I have wanted to join it for literally years. It's a little bit on the expensive side, personally, I feel like. But what got me was it was The first month was like, it was some kind of special, and that was like the first month was $5. And then after that, it's like, I think it was 18, but if you commit to 3 months, then it was like $16 each month. And I was like, 16 isn't bad. Because, you know, you always make fun of me for the way that I round things. But 18 is almost 20. 16 is almost 15. So, totally different. And then if you do like a yearly thing, then it was even cheaper, but I was not ready to commit. I actually hate subscriptions, fun fact. Despise them. I want my monthly bills as low as humanly possible. So that's kind of what stopped me this whole time. But I thought I would try it out, at least for the summer. Hi, Nelly girl. And see what I think. So I just got my first one. I'm so excited. Anyway, let's open up this box. If I can. Are you ready? Are we ready? Okay, first of all, with my $5 month, I also got an included hat. You know, I never say free because it's not free, I paid for it. But I got an included hat. Look how cute. It says well read. And it's like corduroy. I was not expecting that. I thought it was just gonna be cheap. And then it says book of the month on the side. And look, it's got like a real thing and not the Velcro cheap. Oh, so cute. It was really hard to decide between this one and there were 3. This one I wasn't interested in. I don't know what it said. And then one that said born to read books, forced to read emails, which I also really wanted. I'll see if I can, I'm not sure if I can like purchase it separately. So hat, yay. That was like whatever special they were running. And then for the first, so book of the month, the way they do things, I think, is they pick like a certain number of books every month, and then you go in after they say what's available, and you're like, oh, I want this out of like the 5 or whatever. And then you can add on other books as well. But for your first one, you can actually get like anything from their whole past library of books. So this one I think is an older one, but it's called the Amalfi Curse, and it looked really good. Witchcraft, treasure, forbidden love on the high seas, and a curse. Great. Yeah, we're in Positano. There's a shipwreck. There's magic. There's a quest. I'm here for it. Also, this is beautiful. Just gotta say. So I am excited about that. I thought that would be fun. You know, I committed to 3 months, so it's like basically over the summer, and it'll be fun. A little bookmark. It's been pages since we met. That's horrible. Are you just like a... Okay, and then like a little, I don't know, informational thing. So that is what just got here today. How exciting. I'm currently reading the first book in the Poppy Wars, which I heard a lot of people recommend, and I found it on Kindle, not Kindle, on Prime Reading. So if you have a Kindle or even just an Amazon account, you can like on your phone, you can download the Kindle app and you can do like a Kindle account, and they do all these books that are included with your Prime membership, and it changes every few months. So it's just like a whole list of books that you can like read. And again, it's included. You're already paying for it. So I had been wanting to read this book, and it was on the list. And there's been quite a few books that have actually been like on my list to read that pop up on the Prime Reading, and I'm like, great, let's read it. So I've been reading that one. It's really interesting. Girl goes to war college to try to escape her mean foster parents, essentially, and I don't want to ruin anything. So that's all I'm going to say for right now. Okay, so I probably won't start this book today, but anyway. Okay, plan. I don't know. I definitely need to put the groceries up. I need to take my shoes off because they're cute, but I'm at, where are we? Yeah, 9,912 steps. These shoes were not made for that. So we're going to do that. I think husband's going to be home in like 10 minutes. So, I don't know. Might vacuum. Maybe I'll go paint. Maybe I'll put these away and then I'll make dinner. I don't know. What I do know is we're having rotisserie chicken for dinner. Hallelujah. And after dinner, I'm working on that presentation. And I might make cookies tonight. So that's the plan. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and tomorrow the third graders are doing, we've been working on like folk dancing. So they're going to do like a little performance during the school day, hallelujah, of all the dances they have been learning. That we did them on a field trip last week, and then we're doing them at the school tomorrow, and I'm letting the second graders come and watch. So that'll be cute and hopefully not too exhausting. I was trying to make it like super, super chill. It's like during third grade's fine arts time, things we've already done. It should be pretty easy. So hopefully that goes well. We shall see. I don't know. It's all a mystery. Never know what's gonna happen last week's school. So let's get the groceries up. Take my shoes off. And I don't know, do something. If I didn't say so, thanks for coming and hanging out with me this week. We're in the craft room and we're going to chat for a second, because one of the questions I get strangely often, because I feel like it's not that big of a deal, is people asking me like how they can come up with like a niche, and people being like, oh, well, I need, you know, what is the center of my business going to be? What's my niche going to be? And I think it's because people online make such a big deal about it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Your niche should just be something you're interested in. And if you're not sure yet, my suggestion would just be whatever it is. So I teach music. So when I first started, my niche was just elementary music. And I just started making things in that, you know, realm. And then out of that, I've kind of come up with my more niche area. Like I'm definitely known for centers. I have a lot of lesson packs. I have a lot of like that kind of stuff. And my biggest thing is like things that are really easy to implement. Now here's what we're doing in here. Years ago, I painted this picture right here of tulips, right? I still love this picture. Obviously, it's like on my wall, and I just really like it. Have liked it for a long time. I looked it up the other day. I think I made it in 2019. Okay. This week, I painted a new picture, also of tulips. Let me show you. Watch out. Now, same subject, but if you look, they're quite different. You can probably still tell that it's the same person who did them. You know, we even have similar colors in the actual tulips themselves, but they're very different. Here we have there's a lot more going on in the vase. There's like a lot more shadowing, whereas this one, the vase is just kind of there. There's a lot more contrast in the colors. The style's a lot more free. And this painting, I feel like really shows off, you can kind of, if you compare it to the ones behind me, really kind of shows off like my style. I like this blue. I use it a lot. Kind of, you know, impressionistic kind of situation. Like that purple one is pretty recent. This one's quite recent. Love them. We're going to frame them. Ooh, this one's recent. It is framed. We haven't hung it yet. Love her. And that's very much like my style. And I feel like this one really shows off my style. This is very me. This feels very Becca. How did I figure it out? Not by sitting around and being like, what's my artistic style? What's my niche? You know how I figured it out? I painted this, and I painted this, and I painted that one, and that one, and I painted this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And out of all of these things that I have created over the last, 2019, I think I figured out I probably started getting back into painting in like 2018. So in the past like 7 years, maybe, I've just painted. And some paintings I've loved and some paintings I have hated, and I've painted over them because I didn't like them. And some paintings, a lot of paintings land in the middle. And each one, you know, kind of changes things, because you can even see this one kind of has elements of that one. But if I did this one again today, it would look different and more refined. So here's my suggestion. If you're like, I don't know what my niche is, make stuff that go together. Start, I would say, you know, maybe start by making a list of all your ideas and then picking a few ideas that go together. And then that's your niche. And then, you know, find the common ground. But don't sit around trying to figure out what your niche is and not ever painting a picture, not ever posting anything, because you'll find out when you post things what your niche should be. And especially in a business setting, because you will find what sells and what doesn't sell. And that's also really valuable as to what your niche is. Okay? That's my 2 cents for today. Anyway, I finished this one Saturday. I like it. It's very cute. Husband was like, what are you doing with that? And I was like, I don't know. Admiring it. Liking it. I think it's pretty. And then I blocked out a painting that doesn't look like anything yet. But it shall be a cardinal soon. Hopefully this week. Hoping this week I can take things easy and I can maybe do some painting. I have to do the presentation. Have to. Other than that, I'm kind of like, meh. Especially because Wednesday's last day of school. It's also my anniversary. 9 years. And Friday's last day of school. So, or last day for teachers. So I'm not going to do, I know I will not be doing anything on Wednesday or Friday. So that's my story. I'm going to go change. Hello, happy Tuesday. I can't believe it's only Tuesday. I guess it's a short week for the kids, so that might be why it feels like it's not Tuesday. But it's Tuesday. Today, my third graders had their little May Day celebration. So we have been working for months on a bunch of dances that they performed at a May Day celebration. That was like a district-wide thing. It was like a field trip. So that was last week. And then I also had them do a thing at the school today for the second graders because it's like a thing they do every year. So that way the second graders could see what they're going to do next year, especially because the group of future third graders I am already nervous about. Let us just leave it at that. And so I don't know what next year's gonna look like, but I wanted them to see it and have a little experience. It was very hot, but it was fun and it was cute. The kids mostly enjoyed it, and one group got really distracted because there was a spider because we were outside. We also invited the parents. We didn't have that many parents come. I feel like there were more at the actual field trip than there were today, which was odd. Usually our parents show up. I'm thinking it's just because it was so close to the end of the year and like mixed in with all the other end of the year stuff. Because it was more sparse. We did have quite a few. I mean, we probably had 20 out of 100 kids. That's not too bad. So, I don't know. One of my second graders saw me this morning and he said, "You're going to wear that outside?" I was like, yes. Yes, I am. This was actually my Easter dress, so it might look familiar. It should still be available. I will link down below. This is from Amazon. I also brought a whole bag. So all of the teachers were wearing them, and the parents have started figuring me out a little bit more, and one of them was like, "Miss Davis, are all those your hats?" And I was like, "Yes." She was like, "I love that you just have a whole collection." I was like, "Yep, I just brought a whole bag," and was like, "All right, what y'all gonna wear?" It wasn't a question of will you, it was which one are you wearing. Now, our gym coach did elect not to wear a fascinator. I would allow him to be off the hook, but everybody else. Anyway, I am gonna go take a shower because I feel disgusting because it is 93 degrees outside. I'm sure it feels like temperature is even more. It is hot. It is sunny, which was great, but I had to dance 3 of the dances with the kids because if like the partners are uneven, then I will dance with them to like make it even. So I was very hot and I would just really like to go take a shower. That's all I want in life right now. So that's my plan. Yesterday, oh, we did pretty well. Yesterday we made cookies. They're delicious. I finished my presentation, which is great. I wasn't expecting to finish it all yesterday, so that was exciting. Then I fell asleep on the couch at 9 o'clock. Naturally. Got up this morning and I got emails written out, wrote my journal a little bit, and went to work. I got a bunch of grades done, hallelujah, and I had my 4th graders help me like move xylophones around and stuff. So everything's not done, but I am a lot further than I was yesterday because I actually got to be in my room today, which is glorious. So that is my story. Tomorrow is my anniversary, yay, and the next 3 days I am wearing t-shirts to work. I already have them all picked out, so that's the story for now. Right now I'm gonna go take a shower because I feel gross, and I don't know if this will be just today or if we'll talk tomorrow. I don't know. We shall see. You're just along for the ride. The funny thing is, you will know sooner than I will. So here we are. Break. Looking a lot less cute, but feeling a lot better. I meant to tell you yesterday, I got my book of the month and I was looking at it and I found that I have like a referral code. So it's not an affiliate code. It's like a code that anybody can get if you're on book of the month, but it's a referral code. And so if you use it, I think I get some kind of credit and then you get your first month for $5. So if you were thinking about book of the month, like I started when they had like the big discount, you can get the first month for $5. I think you do have to have a regular price month. But still, if you cancel after the second one, then you get like a $5 book and then like a $17 book. So still pretty inexpensive for what it is. Yeah. So I will leave that linked down below if you are interested in the book of the month situation. I'm going to go make some breakfast for dinner and then I'm gonna do tonight because I thought my presentation was gonna take 2 days to work out, but I finished it yesterday, so I might do some work on something else. I might not. I might do a reading journal spread for the book that I read last. I might do some oil pastels. I might go upstairs and paint. I don't know. I'm not sure what the plan is. But I am hungry, so let's eat. Oh, now it's dark. And it's like, see, this is why we stand still when we film. Someone does not seem to mind the heat. I went and got you because she was laying right here in the grass, just chilling. She did that earlier too. Cutie pie. She's so cute when she's doing what she's supposed to, which is not often. I was trying to decide. I got a Amazon gift card today, which is so exciting. It's $15, and then I got one last week for teacher appreciation that was $10. Was that 2 weeks ago? I don't know. So together I have 25, and I think I have some points. One of my cards, I get like Amazon credit points, or that's like one of the ways I can use it, and that's what I usually use it for. So I might have like $50 I can spend. Shall we buy books or shall we buy art supplies? I don't know. I would just like to say, as a music teacher, I super appreciate when kids or parents think of me at all, even if it's just a note. I find it really sweet. I had one kid just brought me like a bag of cookies, and like that is really sweet. But I do appreciate a gift card. But anything is more than I expect. But it's nice. So that's my story. Let's figure out. Mess with that while I cook some eggs. Hello, happy last day of school. Forgot I was wearing this. One of my kids got me well, I got a few gifts today, but I got a little gift with like, it was like a little thing, and it had this and like a mug with chocolate, and then like, oh, and a little stuffed animal. Very cute. And the girl who gave it to me made this like card that had like a pop-up in it, so when you open it, it was like a bouquet of flowers. It was the flippin' cutest thing. And she did, again, unnecessary, very appreciated, super sweet, totally unnecessary. I was like, seriously, the gift has been being your teacher for 2 years because she's the best. I wish I could keep her. But to that, here we are. Anyway, today is the last day of school. See you later, alligators. I made this shirt last year. I think I filmed last year when I was making it. So then I already had one ready to go, and then I just paired it with my little Amazon skirt. I have the same one in yellow, which I might wear tomorrow, and some craft sandals because that's the vibe that we were after today. We had a pretty good day. It was super chill. You know, it's the last day of school, so I would say about half the kids came, and we mostly did a lot of cleaning. So that's what went down. I did get my grades done today, so that's exciting to be done with that. That checked off the list. Then I really just need to like finish cleaning up my room, and that's pretty much it. It's not too bad this year, which is nice. So we have 2 days to work on that. Today is last day of school. It's also my anniversary, so we didn't make very good plans this year. So last night we were talking, we were like, ooh, we should go to Miyabi, which is like a Japanese restaurant where they like cook in front of you. Delicious. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll call and see. So I called this morning and was like, and asked if they had any reservations. They were completely booked today. And I was like, okay. Do you have anything this weekend? They were like, yeah. So I ended up getting a reservation for Friday. On Friday, it's the last day for teachers. And typically on the last day for teachers, like when I'm done for the year, we always go to Mexican. So we decided we would do Mexican tonight, and then we'll do Japanese on Friday. And then Saturday, we're either going to do like a cute little picnic in the park, or we're going to go downtown and do like brunch at a little French cafe and like antique shopping, bookstore shopping. So I'm not sure which one we're going to do yet. We've been kind of debating between the two. But yeah, year 9. So feeling we're getting up there. We're almost to 10, but yeah, just a little something to celebrate us. I was thinking one of the teenagers at my church, her birthday is actually today, and so she always remembers my anniversary because the same day is her birthday, and she was like, how does it feel to be married to the same person for a whole nother year? And I was like, I mean, we're pretty chill. Like, you know, we try to let each other do what we want to do, and we hang out as much as possible. You know, we're together all the time. We do most things together, so that's kind of about all I got for you in terms of advice. I also, can we just say, I do not feel like it is the last day of school. Like, I feel like we just started. Like, where did the year go? I have no clue. It was a wild one, but here we are. Which is a good place to be. It's a lot better than being like, oh my gosh, it's never gonna end. So I really am like, where did it go? I don't know. Anyway, after school, I stopped by Fresh Market because when we got married, Fresh Market made these like giant, no one's talking to you, Siri, these like giant cupcakes, and we had them at our wedding reception. So we had like giant cupcakes, and we had like one cake that we cut. So I was like, oh, it'd be really cute if I could like go and got the cupcakes, and they apparently don't make those anymore. I asked at the counter, and she was like, no, we don't make those, which again, it's been 9 years, so it's not surprising. So instead I got chocolate truffle cheesecake. Thought that sounded fascinating. So there we are. Yesterday I was very unsure about what I was going to do as far as like what I was going to get done. I ended up having like a nice little back and forth. So I scheduled some stuff out. I got a video ready. I got a video scheduled for today. And then I got some Instagram posts scheduled. I kind of go back and forth on scheduling Instagram posts. For sometimes I'm like, I have to get them scheduled in advance, do them all like on Sunday for the whole week. Sometimes I have to do them as they come. And sometimes I land in the middle, and it just kind of is what it is. But in case you didn't know that you can schedule them, let me show you. Here's just like here's my little, let's use this picture. There we go. Skip. Meep. Not a cute picture. Okay. So, if you have never done this before, just on the Instagram app, this is a reel, but same thing for anything else. Just scroll down to the bottom. Don't look at me. Okay. And then when you're at the bottom, go to more options, and then it'll take you to all these things. Just click schedule this reel, and then you can schedule, I think it's 2 weeks out. Yeah, so June 19th is like the latest I can schedule right now. It's usually 2 weeks out, so I can say done, and then you just go back, and then it'll change that button to say schedule instead of post or share or whatever it normally says. So you can do that. So that I find it really successful. Sometimes it just kind of depends on, frankly, my mood in that season of life. And I have more Instagram accounts than I need, but most of my accounts I usually post every other day. I find that to be just a pretty chill amount that I can keep track of, which is great. So I did those two things. I also then painted my toenails, and I worked in my journal. Let me show you what I got done. So this is my reading journal. This is fully just for fun because I like books, and so it gives me a way to just kind of like live in the book land that I'm in longer. So this is last year's. Here's this year's. Like an owl thing, because I had hummingbirds in my like bullet journal, so I thought owls would be cute here. So I have like a list of books read, and then on the side I do like a tracker, basically, to be read. Book bingo has been something I've never done before. It's just been something for fun. So when I read something that goes with one of the prompts that I made, I add it there. So the one I did yesterday was Sisterhood Everlasting, and it was a friend recommendation, as the art teacher had me borrow it. Today she came in with a book, and it had a dog on the cover, and she was like, have you read this book? It's really cute. And I was like, does that dog die? Because if it does, I'm not reading it. And she was like, okay. And then she took it back, and I was like, nope. This is a newer spread that I made, not last night, but it's just a way to, you know, showcase 6 books out of the year that I think are good. I really need to read some classics because I wanted to read 4 this year and I've read 0. So let me know your favorite classic books down below. Bonus points if they're short. I love doing a timeline because I read mostly historical fiction. So in there I just put the timing of things. Ironically, I've never had things this old, especially not 2. That's kind of odd. 2 out of 4 so far. Bible tracker. This is in my TBT shop, my Becca's Bible class. Also, if you have purchased it before the last few months, I revamped it a few months ago. So it's just like a little bit cleaner. And then I also added like the different like categories. Just, I feel like it looks a little better. Anyway, what did we do yesterday? Okay, so yesterday I added a couple things. So this is my fourth wing spread, and I added this that I found on the internet about the dragons, map that I found on the internet. I did not make them. And then I made a second page with map that I found on the internet, obviously because it has islands on it. And then I have like space on the sides, I can add something. And then I did this one, which took a while because I did a little drawing. And I did 2 pages for the Sisterhood Everlasting. There are spoilers in here, so don't read this if you don't want to know anything. But this is the last Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants book. It's written 10 years after the other ones. So this is like, actually they're exactly my age. They're 29 going on 30, all the girls in the series. And so this book is like 10 years later, and they've kind of drifted apart a little bit. And spoiler, although you can probably guess just from what it is, it's kind of like them coming back together again. So I did a little like window scene of Greece, and then I tried to add something for each of them. So we have Bridget, Lena, Camera for Tibby, and Shakespeare for Carmen. And then I like to do the maps and the covers. So I printed those on my sprocket. Yeah, so just a little fun little thing. This one took a lot longer. So normally I do, my fourth wing one's kind of crazy. Normally I do them like this. Like this did not take long, you know, maybe 10 minutes. They're usually just like a quick little sketch, a quick little this, a quick little that. This one took a lot longer, and I just used markers because I had them and it was easy. So that's my story about yesterday. Little work, little chill, which I feel like is kind of how this video has turned out. It's like a little bit of work, a little bit of chill. Today what we're doing is I'm going to do a little bit of tidying, which is not the most exciting thing, but my sister-in-law is coming over after work tomorrow, and she works at a high school, so I think she's going to beat me here, and so I won't have time to clean tomorrow. So I need to just like vacuum the main parts, tidy up a couple things, and then we're going to Mexican. So if I have time, I will, I don't know, read or paint or do something, and if I don't, then I don't, and that's fine, because very soon I will have a lot of time. Can't wait. Can't wait. Maybe that's why I don't feel like it's the end of the year, because I still have 2 more days. Like, yeah, the kids aren't there, but I still have 2 more days. I count days I have to leave my dog. So, let's tidy, and then we'll head out, and I will leave you to it. I probably need to change too, because it's not the cutest date night outfit. So there we are. Did a quick tidy downstairs, not in this room. Listen, this room's gonna be what it is, and it's gonna be fine. My sister-in-law is coming over tomorrow. I'm gonna mess with her with the dress she's wearing to a wedding. So I just pulled my sewing machine out so that I, you know, have it accessible, and vacuumed a little bit, tidied a little bit, and now I need to go get dressed. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna leave this here. I've had a good time. It's been a nice, calm vlog, I feel like, where we've done some work, we've had some fun, it's been kind of chill. This week I did not put any pressure on myself at all because I knew that things were just going to be chaotic and hectic, and I knew that like today I wasn't going to do work, and I knew Friday I wasn't going to do work, and so I was just trying to make it like as calm and chill as possible. I do have some things I need to do, like I need to film that presentation. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Sometime in the next few days because I think I have to turn it in on Sunday. But overall, I'm just really trying to take it easy this week, especially knowing that next week I'm not going to have anything going on, so I can really like hit the ground running. I don't have any plans this summer. People keep asking me like, oh, what are your plans this summer? I currently have no plans. We might do like a quick trip over the summer, but like we don't have any big travel plans. We don't have any big, like I'm not working any camps or anything crazy. So I'm looking to really get some work done in the business, especially with those big projects that I've been wanting to do that are just hard to get done in the school year because there's just not enough like, chunks of time. A lot of my work is like 30 minutes here and an hour here and 30 minutes here. And so like it's not like that sit down and work on it time. There's a lot of projects I want to work on and things like that we'll talk about probably in another video. I'll probably do like a plan with me for summer or something along those lines. But really that's my big goal is like get projects done and chill and paint. I just want to paint. All I want to do is read and paint, which is how I know I'm like ready for this year to be over, was when I start thinking I just want to read and paint and snuggle with my dog. That's when I'm like, I'm ready. So I am going to go and have a nice fun little dinner. Not that it was romantic, but it's okay. And, celebrate the end of the school year, celebrate 9 years with my husband. And then we're going to go. We're going to chill. And then I have 2 more days, and then I get to chill a lot. So that's the plan. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and tell your friends if you have anybody who's interested in this type of content, because I am really, really trying to work on hitting 10,000. I had a video go kind of viral, and it really messed me up. So more on that on another day. But the goal is 10,000 and we are very far from that and going very slowly. So tell your friends. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.